swung on, driven deep out into right field, back at the wall, and it's out of here. The first home run of the Southern Ohio Copperheads season comes off the bat of Ben Rushing.
Breaking ball line towards third base, diving is Daniel Cruz. He makes the catch. Wow, what a play.
Gets green light swinging, 3-0. Drives one deep out into left field, back at the wall. It is out of here. Home run, Chris Gambert.
Swings at the first pitch, drives it out to right field. It is deep, and it will carry over the wall for a homer. It is a 3-run shot to opposite field off the bat of Chris Gambert.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Fallgreen Moortime, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
As a very special first pitch thrown out here on Father's Day by Dr. Andy Kreitzer, one of the founders and board members for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. One of 3 first pitches thrown out for today's game. Welcome into the broadcast. Joey Medor alongside Connor Mills. It's Game 3 between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Hamilton Joes in this 3-game series that the Joes took games 1 and 2 of the series Friday, winning 2-1 on a walk-off base hit yesterday with another 1-run victory, 5-4, as the Joes have already clinched the series win, but the Copperheads will look to salvage a victory in this one here today, Connor.
Yeah, the Copperheads are going to look to try to get a win. You know, this is only the second losing streak of the season, but it's been a back-and-forth affair. They win a game, they lose a game. They win a game, they lose 2 games, then they go back on a win. It's been just back and forth all season long as the Copperheads have struggled to have something consistent so far this season.
As Jake Hansen will be sent out to the mound for his 3rd start of the season for the Copperheads, as he is 1-0 in 11 innings pitched, only giving up 1 run over 11 games of work with a .63 ERA as well as 9 strikeouts, so very effective in his first couple starts has been Hansen.
Yeah, Hansen has been real good from Owensboro, Kentucky, and Olney Central. The whole starting rotation has been amazing. Cesaro has only given up 1 earned run. Hansen only given up 1 earned run. Even yesterday, Mandela, you know, he did give up the 5 runs, but that was the most he's given up in a season. He's battled through that game and put the Copperheads in a place where they could have won the game. So rotation has been fantastic. The starting pitching has been fantastic. The bullpen, if the starting rotation is above average, the bullpen is slightly above average because they've been good as well. It's just been which day are the Copperheads going to hit today.
As yesterday, 11 hits were had by the Copperheads, 4 runs plated, all in the top of the 3rd inning, and unable to score any other runs. 2 of them came on a big homer from Chris Gambert yesterday. That was his 2nd on the year. The Copperheads back at home for Game 3 of this series look to steal a win from the Joes and get to 5-7 on the year as we will come back after the national anthem here at Bob Wren Stadium. You're listening to the Copperheads Baseball and the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens, keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic Brands, Budweiser, and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. located at 688 East State Street in Athens. Make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com, Instagram, or Facebook today.
My name is Jake Hansen. I'm from Olney Central College. Go Knights, and this is your Copperheads Media Network.
Jake Hansen towing the rubber for the Copperheads in this game, but Connor Mills run us through the starting lineups before first pitch here.
Well, we've got Zach Orn at second base. He leads off for the Joes, followed by Griffin Kane in center. Preston Miller, the first baseman, batting third. Batting fourth, Jake Cates, the designated hitter. Batting fifth, Ryan Thompson, the right fielder. Sixth, Avery Janning. Seventh, Brennan Gick. He's out in left. Marshall Rich is behind the plate, and Logan Thomason at short. On the mounds for the Hamilton Joes, Jacob Webb. For the Copperheads starting lineup, it'll be Zach Iverson leading things off at second base. Thomas Zazzaro, the designated hitter. Followed by Chris Gambert, coming off of a good day yesterday, picking up a two-run home run, his second home run on the season. Reese Trahey bats cleanup. He's in right field. Ben Rushing behind Trahey. Rushing's at third. Daniel Cruz, the shortstop. Zion Avery at first. Jared Hurd in left. Ty Krittenberger, the man in center field. And Jake Hansen warming up right now out on the mound.
As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, third start of the year for Jake Hansen, going 11 innings so far, giving up 10 hits, only 1 earned run, 7 walks, 9 strikeouts with a .63 ERA. As he is one of the top ERAs in the league early on in the season. As we are ready for some Copperheads baseball here at Bob Wren Stadium on this Sunday afternoon. Digging in, the leadoff hitter, Zach Orn. The second baseman has batted leadoff in all 3 of the games this series now. Out of Ivy Tech Community College. First pitch in from Hansen is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. So far in the series, 2 for 7 is Zach Orn with a triple. Also has an RBI. As a 1-0 in from Hansen, taken on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Umpires in this game behind the plate is Kyle Ogleby, and out in the field is Jeffrey Eater. 2 umpires in this game. The 1-1 in from Jake Hansen is swung on and grounded towards the hole at second. Zach Iverson running over, makes a sliding stop, but is unable to corral it. And it'll be an infield single for Zach Orn to open things up here in the top of the first.
Well, that was a tough play for Iverson to get into the hole and try to make. It was an in-between play for Zion Avery as he decided to let it go through the hole. Avery might have had a chance at it if he went for it, but would have to be Hansen covering first base.
So an infield single for Zach Orn. And now Griffin Kane, the center fielder, digs in. He had the night off last night. Back in the lineup today at a Northern Kentucky University. First pitch into him is grounded towards Zion Avery at first. He will go on to short for the force out. Back over to first to Hansen, covering is not in time, but they do get the lead runner and is a fielder's choice for Griffin Kane, and there's one away now with a runner on first.
Now batting for the Joes. From the University
Well,
of
heads-up
San
play
Diego,
from Zion
the
Avery.
first baseman, number
Momentum was
40,
taking him towards second base. Nice throw, and just didn't get over in time was Hanson at first base to convert the double play. But again, they erase the leadoff runner and do the smart move.
So Zach Orn retired at second base on the force out. And now Preston Miller, the 3-hitter, will step in. Miller 1 for 5 in the series so far, has a double and 3 RBIs. As runner goes on the first pitch, the ball taken inside for a ball throw not in time down to Iverson at second. So it's a stolen base for Griffin Kane. There's runner in scoring position now with 1 out. But for Miller so far in the season, batting .378 with 14 hits and 37 at-bats. 7 of those hits being extra base hits, 2 homers, 12 RBIs. One of the more dangerous hitters in this Joes lineup. As the 1-0 in from Hanson is taken on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Defensive lineman for the Copperheads, Jared Hurd in left, Ty Krinberger in center. Out and right is Reese Trahey. Ben rushing at third. At short, Daniel Cruz. At second, Zach Iverson. At first, Zion Avery as the 1-1 breaks in for a strike, 1-2. And, of course, behind the plate, Chris Gambert. Miller down in the count, 1-2. Runner leads off second base with 1 out in the top of the first. The 1-2 in from Jake Hansen will be taken just inside for a ball, as Miller thought about swinging at it, but held back. And it'll be a 2-2 count. Long look in. Here comes a 2-2, and it's taken up above the head of Miller as he ducks out of the way of that one. So the 2-2 gets away from Hansen, and they'll run the count full.
Fastball got away from Jake Hansen there. Tried to overthrow it. Missed high.
So look to come back in the zone now, 3-2 with 1 away. As Griffin Kane leads off the second base, holding him in is Zach Iverson. Here comes a full count pitch. Preston Miller lines it out into left field for a base hit. Being sent home is Kane. Jared Hurd comes up throwing, and now the runner goes back. As at first he was getting the go sign from the coach, but a strong throw in from Hurd. And he holds up at third base, so there'll be runners on the corners now with 1 away.
Well, I was getting excited there as coming around was Griffin Kane. I thought he was going to try and go and score. Third base coach for the Joes was sending him until he saw the arm of Jared Hurd out and left, and then immediately put the brakes right back on. That would have been an easy put out for Jared Hurd out and left.
Hurd came up firing, strong throw back into the infield, holds that runner at third. And now runners on the corners, breaking ball grounded to Zion Avery at first, steps on the bag for 1, throw down to second, has to tag him, not in time. As the runner is safe at second, Griffin Kane comes in to score. It's an RBI ground out for Jake Cates. And the Joes hold a 1-0 lead now in the top of the first.
For Hamilton, from the University of Toledo, the right fielder.
Well, that was another play where he tried to go and get the runner. Just couldn't get the double play and complete it.
RBI ground out for Jake Cates on the first pitch in from Hansen. The Joes now lead at 1-0 as the first pitch in to the next hitter's line down the left field line. It will land fair and get all the way to the wall. Pulling into second is Ryan Thomason coming in to score. Preston Miller from second. And the Joes quickly jump on Jake Hansen in this one, scoring 2 in the top of the first inning.
Correction, Ryan Thompson. And now batting for Hamilton, from Walsh University, the third
Well, first pitch that he sees from Hansen, slaps it out into left field. It's down the line for a double. Hansen hasn't given up any hard contact yet, just a couple bloops.
And now the first pitch into the next hitter, Avery Janning, grounded the short shot, sliding stop by Daniel Cruz, comes up firing and will retire the side as Avery Janning grounds out to the shortstop Cruz. With a couple of runs put up by the Joes in the top of the first inning. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 man left stranded. Heading to the bottom of the first inning, Copperheads get their first chance to hit as the Joes lead it 2-0. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Moortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmoortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
It is Zach Iverson, Thomas Cesaro, and Chris Gambert due up in the bottom of the first inning for the Copperheads. The Joes strike for 2 runs in the top of the first inning. Jacob Webb on the mound for the Joes, and now his 3rd start of the year, holds a 1-0 record with a 5.88 ERA and 8 in the 3rd innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 10 hits given up. As in his last outing, he went 5 1/3, giving up 4 runs, getting the W. First pitch into Iverson will be taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Iverson did not play in the ball game yesterday. Now the 1-0 into Iverson, swings and fouls it back over the screen. Over top the press box, 1-1. As for Iverson this season, seen action in the field and pitching for the Copperheads. So far, hitting-wise, 4 for 14 with a double, an RBI as the 1-1 pitch is fouled towards the screen over top the third base dugout, and Iverson will be down in the count 1-2.
Yeah, Iverson hasn't really seen a whole lot of at-bats, just like the on-deck batter in Thomas Cesaro, just because he's been performing well on the mound.
His last game in the field was June 11th, where he went 0 for 4 against the Cincinnati Steam. 1-2 into Iverson, taken up high for a ball, 2-2. And obviously the Copperheads looking for anybody who can pitch early on in the season, and Iverson has been a very reliable arm as he's had 2 starts on the year so far. The 2-2 in from Webb is again taken upstairs at the eyes. And Iverson will run the count full to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Joes leading it 2-0 as they picked up 3 hits in the top half of the first. Able to plate a couple runs. The 3-2 into Iverson. He swings on it and misses it. Strike 3, and the leadoff man is retired in the bottom half of the first.
Well, one thing Iverson did good there was he saw a lot of pitches from Jacob Webb. Made him work in the account, hit a lot of foul balls. In our next at-bat, we'll see if Iverson can do something against him.
So now Thomas Cesaro digs in, as he did the pitching duties in game 1 of this series, as the first pitch in him catches the outside corner for a strike. As he pitched quite well, went 8 innings, only giving up 1 run, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. Got the no decision in the Joes' 2-1 victory in game 1. His first pitch taken inside for a ball, 1-1.
Well, even the 1 run that he did allow was kind of questionable. It was a delayed call at first. It was a delayed safe call. And then because of that, Avery didn't know where to throw it, and he threw late home.
The 1-1 into Cesaro, taken inside for a ball, 2-1. Cesaro DHing in this afternoon's game. 5 for 21 on the season with a triple, 4 RBIs, has a .238 batting average. It's a 2-1 into Cesaro. Is swung on and missed, took something off, did Webb, and gets Cesaro out in front, 2-2. So a 2-2 count into Cesaro. Here comes a pitch from Jacob Webb. It is taken low and inside for a ball. Webb thought he had the strikeout, but he'll have to throw another pitch, and now it's back-to-back full counts worked by the first 2 Copperheads hitters.
Yeah, trying to show off the umpire is never a good way to start things off.
The 3-2 into Cesaro is a breaking ball taken up and inside, and the Copperheads have their first base runner on the game. It's a walk by Thomas Cesaro. Just the second walk he's worked so far this season, and now Chris Gambert will dig in with a runner on first.
Gambert has the power here to tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat, and Gambert has been hot. 2 home runs over his last 7 days.
2 homers in the last 3 games, as a matter of fact, for Chris Gambert, as he does the catching in this one at a Bellarmine University. Currently batting .341 on the season for the Copperheads. First pitch into him, taken just above the letters for a ball, 1-0. Gambert so far 2 for 7 in the series. Has that home run that he blasted over the left center field wall at Foundation Field yesterday. As Cesaro going on the pitch. Pitch taken high and outside. Sliding into Cesaro, and throw is not in time. So Thomas Cesaro swipes second base and is a runner in scoring position now with 1 away.
Cesaro got a good jump, a strong throw from Rich. Ball's on a hop down to the shortstop, Thomason. But Cesaro just slid there, almost slid over the bag.
First stolen base on the year for Cesaro, and now he's in scoring position. 2-0 count into Chris Gambert. Here comes the delivery from Webb. It'll be taken low for a ball. And now it's 3-0 to Chris Gambert. But as we know, yesterday he homered on a 3-0 pitch. So we'll see if he has a green light in this at-bat. Joe's leading at 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning, as Webb fires that one over the outside corner for a strike. 3-1 now to Chris Gambert. Gambert on the season 14 for 41 with 3 doubles, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. That's 3-1 in him. Ripped down the right field line and fair. Coming in to score is Thomas Cesaro. Chris Gambert will take a big turn and head into second base. He slides, throw not in time. It's an RBI double for Chris Gambert. Now his 4th double on the season, and the Copperheads get a run back in the bottom of the first.
Gambert just hits. day in and day out, especially over the last week. Gambert get off to a slow start, but now it seems like every single day he's hitting, and those hits are falling for RBIs.
His now 11th RBI on the season, leads the team in that department. And now Reese Trahey digs in, looking to keep the train rolling here. First pitch into him, taken low for a ball, 1-0. So Cesaro walked, stole second, and then Chris Gambert drives him in with a double, now 2-1. As we saw this back in the first game of the series, both teams scoring in the first inning. As the 1-0 into Trey, grounded out towards second base, fielded cleanly. Throw it on to first for the second out of the inning. Chris Gambert thought the inning was over. It's only out number 2 as he started heading towards the dugout. Now he gets back to the bag safely. A bit of a scare there. But Gambert gets back to the bag in time. Just a little bit of a lapse of focus right there by Gambert.
Well, it's unusual for Gambert. Sebastian Fabic has been in this lineup almost every day, and he's not in the lineup today, but he's usually 1, 2, 3 somewhere in there. And if you don't see him on the base path, you assume it's an out. So I guess Gambert just assuming that there was 2, considering Fabic wasn't anywhere to be seen.
So now Ben Rushing digs in, first ball swinging, took a big rip at it and misses it 0-1. So it's a ground out for Reese Trahey for the second out of the inning. Ben Rushing hitting at .265, 9 for 34, with a double, a homer, 6 RBIs. He's also stolen 3 bases. As the 0-1 into him is taken up and outside for a ball, 1-1. As with a base hit, the Copperheads could tie this ball game up, down 2-1. Rushing 1 for 7 with a double so far in the series. He's also struck out 4 times. As the 1-1 in the Rushing will be taken on the inside corner for a strike. And now Ben Rushing will have to protect down 1-2. Webb kicks and deals a 1-2 to Rushing. He fouls it away over the first base dugout, well out of play. And they'll see another pitch at 1-2. Ben Rushing out of the University of Central Florida has been one of the fixtures in the lineup early on in the season, mostly playing third base. As we've seen him make plenty of nice plays over at the hot corner early on this season. But Webb comes set. The 1-2 is fouled off down towards the Joe's dugout. So I'm sure that sent a few Hamilton players scattering down there.
Well, you heard it hit the back of the backstop. So, or the back of the dugout, so it didn't hit anybody there. That would have been more like a thud noise. Said that was just like a bang.
Daniel Cruz on deck if Rushing can reach base safely here. Here comes the 1-2 from Webb, and is grounded towards third base. There's Avery Janning. He eats it up, fires a strong throw over to first. And that'll retire the side in the bottom of the first inning. But the Copperheads get a run on the RBI double from Gambert, and they cut the Joe's lead in half. It is Joe's 2, Copperheads 1, heading into the top of the second. You were listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for the Joes in the top half of the second as they hold on to a 2-1 lead after an outburst of scoring in the first inning. 2 runs came across on 3 hits for the Joes, 1 run on 1 hit for the Copperheads as the first pitch into Brennan Gick. The left fielder is swung on a miss for a strike, 0-1. So Hansen will look to settle down a bit here in the second inning after giving up a couple in the top of the first. As the 0-1 taken way outside by Gick, they'll even up the count at 1. Brennan Gick started all 3 games this series, so far 2 for 8 with a double and RBI. So far batting .240 on the season. The 1-1 pitch grounded up the middle, gets past the mound, coming over Zach Iverson, who makes the play, throws it on to first. In time to retire Gick by a step. And the leadoff man is retired in the top of the second.
Smooth play by Iverson, charging in, making the sidearm throw to get the out. Textbook play.
Backing up the pitcher was Iverson there as it just got by Hansen's glove. But Iverson able to come in and make the play to retire Gick, and now Marshall Ritz, the catcher, digs in for his first at-bat in this one. First pitch into Rich, taken high and inside for a ball, 1-0. As Rich got the start 2 nights ago on Friday, as the 1-0 into him is taken for a ball, 2-0, where he went 0 for 3. Then came in later of the ball game last night as a defensive replacement. Did not see an at-bat. 2-0 into him is chopped towards third. Ben Rushing takes a few steps to his left, fields it, fires it on to first, pulls Avery off the bag, but he's able to tag Marshall Ritz behind him. So a heads-up play there by Zion Avery to prevent an error. And the first 2 are retired now in the top of the second.
Well, it looks like Avery might have tagged Rich right on the head as you heard a clunk right on top. Easy play for the field umpire, Jeffrey Eater, to hear and make the call.
So heads up play there, and now Logan Thomason, the 9-hitter, digs in. As he squares the bunt on the first pitch, then pulls it back, takes the pitch up high for a ball, 1-0.
Wanted nothing to do with that breaking ball.
So far, 3 for 7 in the series as Logan Thomason has a double. Came around to score twice yesterday as he chops that one down to Brendan Rushing. Long throw to first in time to retire Thomason. So after giving up a couple runs in the first inning, it's a quick inning, 1-2-3 for Jake Hansen. Heading into the bottom of the second, Joe's 2, Copperheads 1. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
It'll be Daniel Cruz, Zion Avery, and Jared Hurd all up for the Copperheads this inning, as they look to build upon what they did in the bottom of the first inning when they scored a run on an RBI double from Chris Gambert
Now batting for Southern Ohio.
to make the score 2-1.
The shortstop,
Jacob Webb staying on the mound.
Daniel Cruz.
Daniel Cruz getting the start at shortstop in the game this afternoon. 2 for 6 on the series as Cruz had a pair of base hits yesterday. His first pitch into Cruz. He swings and pops it up in the infield. Coming over is the second baseman, Orn. He will make a one-handed catch while backpedaling. And Cruz will be retired on the first pitch he sees, one away.
Now batting for the Copperheads. From Ohio University, the first baseman,
So now the Ohio Bobcats, Zion Avery, will dig in,
Zion
as we saw him make a nice play in the field in the top half of the inning. Get the runner out at first base. Avery did not play last night, got the start. Friday night went 1 for 4. His first pitch into him is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Avery so far 6 for 25 on the season for a .240 average, has 1 RBI. As the 1-0 is taken up high for a ball, 2-0 now to Avery. It's a long look in from Webb. Now a wind up, the 2-1 to Avery, taken way outside, almost gets away from the catcher, Rich. And Zion Avery in the driver's seat now, 3-0.
Gotta be good, Z. Gotta be good.
Kicks and deals, the 3-0. Will catch the outside corner for a strike, 3-1. Now Avery, despite just a .240 average, holds a .406 on base percentage. So even though he's not getting that many hits, reaching base safely in a good amount of his at-bats. The 3-1 catches the knees as Avery thought he had ball 4. But now have to regroup and see a payoff pitch.
Yeah, for Avery, that ball looked a little bit low. But called a strike, we'll have to dig in and try to make something of the at-bat.
So looking to avoid a second walk is Jacob Webb. Here comes the full count pitch into Avery. He will get a piece of it, foul it back into the screen, and see another pitch, 3-2.
Well, obviously, Jacob Webb does not want to walk Zion Avery here. Never want another walk on your stat line. So Avery's anticipating the fastball and took a big rip at it.
The 3-2 will catch the inside corner to Zion Avery. As he's a little upset with himself, he'll get the strikeout looking. Second strikeout for Webb so far, and there's 2 away now.
the left fielder, number 12, Jared Hurd.
So now the left-handed hitter out of IU Kokomo, Jared Hurd, will dig in. Hurd played in Friday night's ball game, going 0 for 4. It's the first pitch into him. Will catch the outside part of the plate for a strike, 0-1. Hurd just 2 for 23 with a double on the season. 3 RBIs, has worked 7 walks. As the 0-1 pitch taken up high for a ball, 1-1.
Yeah, early season struggles for Jared Hurd, but he's seeing the ball well. 7 walks and only 6 strikeouts. He's putting the ball in play. He's getting more walks and strikeouts. Just has to see the hits come along.
1-1 pitch from Webb will catch the knees for a strike. 1-2 now to Hurd. As Webb will wind up the 1-2 with 2 away. Hurd will swing on it and miss for the strikeout. So back-to-back punch-outs for Jacob Webb to finish off the Copperheads in the bottom of the second. Strikeouts 2 and 3 for him on the day. And the score will stay at 2-1. You were listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life. Holiday Inn Express.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Top of the order, due up for the Joes in the top of the third inning. Zach Warren, Griffin Kane, and Preston Miller. As Zach Warren is 1 for 1 on the day, as he picked up an infield single to lead off the ball game. Was then thrown out at second base on a fielder's choice. His first pitch into him is a breaking ball from Hanson that stays outside, 1-0. Hanson now working in his third inning in this game, and his third start on the year. It's the 1-0 into Warren, taken high and outside for a ball, 2-0 now. Zach Warren came into the game today batting .289 on the year. That's a 2-0 into him. Will bounce in the dirt, get away from the catcher Gambert. And Hanson will look to find the zone now to Orn, down 3-0. Looking to avoid his first walk given up in the outing. Hanson, the 3-0 pitch taken up high by Orn. Ball 4. And the leadoff man will reach via the walk to start the third inning, and now Griffin Kane comes in.
From Northern Kentucky University, the center fielder, number 17, Griffin Kane.
Griffin Kane out of Northern Kentucky. Hails from Cincinnati, Ohio. Left-handed hitting, left-handed throwing. Infield moves to double play depth. Runner goes on the first pitch. Pitch outside for a ball. Throw down to short. Is not in time. Daniel Cruz thought he had Zach Orn nailed at second. It was a strong throw from Gambert, but called safe by Jeffrey Eater, the base umpire. That'll be a stolen base for Zach Orn. He's now in scoring position with nobody out. Pitch was a ball to Griffin Kane. Kane reached on a fielder's choice his last time up, then came around to score. As the 1-0 is fouled off the foot of Griffin Kane and rolls towards the first base dugout, 1-1. The 1-1 from Hanson into Kane will be taken inside for a ball, 2-1. As Hanson looks to settle down after walking on 4 pitches. Now down in the count to Kane, 2-1. He comes set, checks the runner at second. Now will come home. Here comes a 2-1. It's in the dirt for a ball. Gets away from Chris Gamber. Moving up to third base will be Zach Orn. And now he's just 90 feet away from scoring with nobody down in the top of the third. As Chris Gamber will now go out to talk to Hanson, try to settle him down here.
Potentially some miscommunication on where he wants to pitch, where obviously the ball was down in the turf. So if it was just a bad pitch or if there's a little miscommunication.
Now Gamber gets back behind the dish after his meeting with Hanson. As a 3-1 now. Will be taken upstairs from Griffin Kane, so it's back-to-back walks to start the third inning for Jake Hanson. And now Preston Miller
Now batting for the Hamilton Joes.
will dig in.
From the University of San Diego, the first baseman, number 28.
It'll be interesting to see where defense will align. If the corners will be in the middle back, or if everyone's back, because it looks like Rushing is back behind third base with 2 runners on here.
Middle infielders at double play depth. Avery holding on the runner at first. Hanson kicks the deal. Runner goes on the first pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. So Griffin Kane goes on the first pitch. Swipes second. And now 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. Preston Miller of the University of San Diego from San Clemente, California. 0-1 pitch in him in the dirt and blocked by the catcher Gambert. Runner stay put. And it's a 1-1 count. Hanson has given up 7 walks so far this year, 4 in his first outing and 3 in the last one. Now 2 to start this inning. As he comes set, 1-1 into Miller. Will catch the outside corner for a strike now, 1-2. Miller had a single into left field his first time up. So he looks to pick up another one, pick up a couple of RBIs. The 1-2 breaking ball is swung on and missed. He'll have to make the play at first as first base is unoccupied. Gambert throws it on to Avery in time. So it's a strikeout and a put out for Zion Avery. And the first out now in the top of the third inning.
From Western Kentucky University.
Well, it's a good strikeout from Hanson to get Preston Miller. Miller singled back in the first, so to get him out of the way, get him out, just got to keep on working until you're out of the inning.
So now the left-handed hitting Jake Cates digs in. He had an RBI ground out in the top of the first inning. First pitch in him bounces into Gambert. 1-0. Cates DHing in this ball game. As he plays in the field, has also seen some action pitching this season for the Joes. As the 1-0 taken low for a ball, 2-0. Cates actually came in the ball game last night to pitch, throwing an inning, picking up the save with striking out the side in the top of the 9th. In the Joes' 5-4 victory just a night ago. As a 2-0 indicates, is a breaking ball that breaks over the outside part of the plate for a strike, 2-1.
Cates is just a complete player right now for the Hamilton Joes. Did well out on the mound and batting .390 currently. So he can pitch, he can hit, you can't ask more from the kid.
It was his 11th RBI early in the ballgame. Another breaking ball from Hanson. Catches the knees for a strike. After falling behind 2-0, he battles back and has the count even at 2. Runners on second and third, 1 away. Joes hold a 2-1 lead in the top of the third inning. Here comes a 2-2 pitch in from Hanson. Check swing. And appeal down to the field umpire. No swing, says Jeffrey Eater. As many of the fans here thought Jake Cates went around, but he did not, and the count will run full.
I even thought that curveball had a chance to be in for a called strike. Ball looked good. I guess maybe it just crossed the zone a little bit low.
So now a 3-2 count in the Jake Cates. Here comes the delivery from Hanson. Line down the third base line, fair. as one run will score. Here comes the second run around. Jake Cates heading into second base. Hurd picks it up, fires it into the infield. There'll be no play on Cates at second. And it's a 2 RBI double for Jake Cates. And the Copperheads now trail 4-1 in the top of the third.
Now batting for Hamilton from the University of Toledo, the right fielder, number 15, Ryan Thompson.
So now Ryan Thompson will get a chance to bat with a runner in scoring position, only one away. As the Joes look to continue to add on to this lead. RBIs 12 and 13 for Cates on the year, as he now has 3 in this ball game. First pitch in to Thompson. It's taken outside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, Cates has really done it all here in today's game. The ground out RBI for the fielder's choice, and then the 2-out, well, the 1-out double for the 2 RBIs.
1-0 into Thompson is popped a mile high in the air. Chris Gambert looks like he may have a play on it in foul ground, but Ben Rushing actually comes in to make the easier play. That's a big second out of the inning as that runner stays at second base.
And the right move by Ben Rushing to come in and call it off Chris Gambert. Rushing, better angle on it. You can see it all the way. Gambert, I'm sure, could have caught the ball. It's a better play for Rushing to come over and help him out.
So Thompson retired. Avery Janning now digs in. The third baseman. There's a pair of runs already in the inning. Here comes the first pitch into Janning. Grounds it down to Ben Rushing at third. He will haul it in on the big hop. Fires a strong throw on to first. And the Salve retired, but not before. The Joes played 2 more runs to extend their lead out to 4-1 over the Copperheads. Still early, though. The Copperheads look to put a dent into the lead in the bottom of the inning. Joes 4, Copperheads 1. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life. Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom.
Hi, I'm Ben Rushing. I'm from the University of Central Florida, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the third here at Bob Wrenn Stadium. Hamilton Joes holding on to a 4-1 lead as they scored 2 runs in the first and 2 runs in the third. Now it's the Copperheads turn and hit in the third inning. Ty Krittenberger, Zach Iverson, and Thomas Cesaro all due up. As Jacob Webb remaining on the mound for now his third inning of work for the Joes. First pitch in to Krittenberger, taken for a strike, 0-1. Krittenberger got the night off last night, played in Friday night's game. As the 0-1 in from Jacob Webb will ride high and inside. Krittenberger ducks out of the way of it, 1-1. Krittenberger went 1 for 2 on Friday night with a single. Was also hit by a pitch. He's batting 158 so far in the season as the off-speed pitch is chased outside by Krittenberger. And he's now down in the count 1-2. Krittenberger 3 for 19 on the year. Has a double, couple of RBIs. As well as a stolen base, 1-2 in. Is a changeup. Gets Krittenberger out in front of it. And now that's 3 strikeouts in a row for Webb going back to the second inning, fourth on the outing, one away in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, Webb has really settled down, especially over the last 2 innings. Again, pop up to second, and then just taking care of it himself. 3 straight strikeouts.
So now Zach Iverson playing second base in today's game. Digs in. He struck out his last time up, first victim of Webb in this one. First pitch into him, a called strike, 0-1. As Iverson out of Charlotte, North Carolina, we've seen him play all over the field for the Copperheads this season. The 0-1 is a breaking ball, bends over the outside part of the plate, and Iverson quickly down 0-2. Iverson has seen starts at pitcher, second base, first base, and third base so far for the Copperheads this season, showing his versatility this summer. The 0-2 is a breaking ball in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, Rich. Iverson doesn't chase it, 1-2. As now Jacob Webb winds up, looking for his 4th consecutive punch out. Here comes the 1-2 pitch into Iverson, and he swings and fouls it back into the screen. Big swing by Iverson, but just gets a piece of it foul, 1-2. So now Webb winds up the 1-2 into Iverson, taken outside for a ball, 2-2. Webb thought he had the strikeout, started walking off the mound. But it's a called ball, 2-2.
Yeah, fastball missed outside. Good call from Kyle Ogilby.
The 2-2 into Iverson. He swings and sends a fly ball out to center field, ranging back to center fielder Kane out to left center field. And he will make the catch on the run. So solidly hit ball by Iverson, but it finds a glove of Kane out in center field, and now 2 away for Thomas Cesaro.
Number 9, Thomas Cesaro.
Yeah, that ball by Zach Iverson just got underneath it. Gave it a ride out into left center field, but gets on top of it. That's a line drive into the gap.
So Cesaro, he walked and came around to score back in the first inning for the Copperheads' first and only run of the game to this point. First pitch in from Webb is grounded out towards the shortstop. Going to be a tough play. Comes in charging. Throw on to first. Gets Cesaro by a half step. Bang, bang play at first. Eder calls him out. And that's now 8 in a row retired by Jacob Webb going back to the first inning. As Connor Mills will take us through the middle innings with the play-by-play duties when we come back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life. Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the Tap Room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about...
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Back here at Bob Brand Stadium for the top of the fourth inning, it's the Copperheads just won, the Hamilton Joes 4. Connor Mills, Joe Medora with you, as we will be all season long. Jake Hansen on the mound as his first pitch into Brennan Gick misses low for ball 1. And first and foremost, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And my grandfather, my opa, listening in, and my father, John, all the way out in Ringo's, New Jersey. Hope you're listening in and enjoying your day as the time is called at the plate. 1-0 the count. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th. Hansen's ready. The fastball misses high and away for ball 2. So 2 straight balls into Brennan Gick, and Gick, his first time up, grounded out to second back in the top of the 2nd inning. As now the 2-0 is delivered. Misses low. 3 straight balls from Jake Hansen to Brennan Gick.
Yeah, we'd give a shout out if I knew exactly who was listening. Pretty sure my dad, Tim, is out there watching somewhere, so.
All the fathers.
Out in Maryland. Happy Father's Day, Dad.
As the 3-0 misses low down in the turf. Ball 4, 4 straight balls from Jake Hansen to Brennan Gick. It's a leadoff walk here in the top of the 4th inning.
The catcher, number 4, Marshall Rich.
3rd walk allowed by Jake Hansen. Leadoff man is on base, and now Marshall Rich, the catcher, stands in from the right side. For Marshall Rich from Oxford, Ohio, and Miami University of Hamilton. As the first pitch into him is a swing and a miss. The throw down to second on the stolen base attempt is not in time, and Brennan Gick picks up a stolen base.
Yeah, the Joes just have a really good read on the timing of Jake Hansen right now, as they've stolen quite a few bags to open up the ball game, getting real good jumps as Hansen kind of becoming predictable now when it comes to coming set and going to the plate. So he's going to have to mix that up a little bit throughout the game, or else they're going to just keep taking off on him.
It was a swinging strike to Marshall Rich as the second pitch in is bunted down the first base line, picked up by Hansen, transferred and thrown away a little bit. Second baseman Iverson now throws home. The tag at the plate is in time. So on a play that looked like it was going to be busted from the start, Brennan Gick is thrown out after trying to score from second on a bunt attempt that was thrown behind the first baseman, Zion Avery. Zach Iverson, the second baseman, was backing up Avery, threw it home to Chris Gambert, and Gambert applied the tag for the first out here in the top of the 4th.
Well, what happened was, on the bunt, Avery was standing outside the bag so Rich could take the inside, but Hansen threw it to the inside where Rich was, so that got in the way of Avery. But good backup by Iverson, a strong throw home for the 1-4-2 put out to keep the Joes at 4 runs.
When was the last time you saw a number like that in your scorecards?
It doesn't happen often.
So 1-4-2 gets the put out. Marshall Rich is on first. He was checked on by Hansen, went back safely, and that play kept the score at Joe's 4, Copperheads 1, as a fastball misses low, caught on the bounce by Gambert, keeps it in front of him. Count is at 2 balls and no strikes now.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough play for Hansen off the mound, as it was pretty much a perfect bunt from Rich, and we know he can fly down the line watching him these past few games, so it would have been tough to get him even with a good throw. But again, nice job by Iverson backing up and throwing it on the money to Gambert at home for the tag.
Third pitch in, throw down to first. Zion Avery has to catch it on a bounce. Chris Gambert trying to catch Marshall Rich at first base, but ball was bounced. Zion Avery kind of off the bag a little bit.
Well, Rich was going on the pitch, but he stumbled in his break and stopped and had to go back to first, and Gambert thought he could catch him leaning off the bag as he was trying to steal, but just lost his footing underneath him.
1-1 the count, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Pitch from Hansen, breaking ball that misses away and low for ball 2. So 2-1 the count now. Check down to the field umpire, Jeffrey Ader. Ader says he does not go. Two-1 the count to Logan Thomason, who grounded out to third to end things in the top of the 2nd. Breaking ball taken maybe high for ball 3. So the curveball looked to be right down the middle, but high or low, we'll call it high. 3-1 the count. Jake Hansen, he deals. On the move was Marshall Rich, but it does not matter. Ball 4 issued. The 4th walk of the day issued. This one goes to Logan Thomason as the lineup turns over, and Zach Gorn will stand in.
The second baseman, number 9, Zach Orn.
As there is a pitcher warming out in the Copperheads bullpen, and now Austin Dunphy hasn't made a move to the bullpen yet, but you got to think Hansen's line is running short here, as he has thrown a lot of pitches through the first 3 1/3 so far.
Yeah, well, for Jake Hansen, thrown above 50 pitches right now, somewhere around 55. As we're only here in the top of the 4th inning with the Hamilton Joes leading the Southern Ohio Copperheads 4-1.
Yeah, it looks like Nick Kaiser is down there warming up for the Copperheads right now, as he came in the ball game last night. But again, not a signal made by Dunphy yet, so it looks like Hansen's going to be left in there for now. Maybe just getting, hey, you're on a short leash here, so.
Yeah, well, this would have been the earliest in my memory that Austin Dunphy would take out his starter. As for Dunphy, he tends to leave in the starters and try to have them go further into the game.
Well, it also hasn't been very often that a Copperhead starter has given up 4 runs through the first 3 innings. Kind of a rare situation so far on the season. But Hansen hopefully can start finding the zone here and, get these last couple of guys out, get in, and let the bats go to work.
So Zach Orn at the plate. Orn is 1 for 1. Had a single in the 1st, and walk came around to score in the 3rd. As there's runners on 1st and 2nd here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch in from Jake Hansen misses for a ball high and away. For Zach Orn, batting .308 on the season. Came into the day with 11 hits and 38 at-bats. Has a chance to knock in his 7th RBI. As Hansen checks back to 2nd, now to the plate. Fastball misses low and inside. Command has been an issue here in the inning. 2 walks and a bunt that went awry. However, there is 1 out, thanks to the defensive play of Iverson and Gambert. As the 2-0 is delivered. Curveball hits inside the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's the one thing about Hansen. He always has real good command of that breaking ball, almost like it's more of his primary pitch than the fastball. It seems like he has better success throwing the curveball for strikes in any count than the fastball so far.
2-1 delivery to Orn. Swings and fouls it off towards the left side and out of play.
And again, that was a curveball on that pitch, so it gets down 2-0, throws back-to-back curveballs. Now he's back in the count 2-2, so.
It seems like the off-speed pitch has been more successful and more accurate than his fastball today. 2-2 the count. 2 runners on base here on the top of the 4th. Jake Hansen from the stretch. Now he deals. Ground ball up the middle. Iverson has it. Throw to first in time. 4-3 double play to end things here on the top of the 4th inning. So it looked to be a shaky inning from Jake Hansen. He's bailed out from Iverson. Iverson does it all. Backs up first and then converts a double play himself. Well, score remains Hamilton Joes 4, Copperheads 1. Copperheads coming to the plate in the bottom half of the frame. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the fourth inning. It will be Chris Gambert, followed by Reese Trahey and Ben Rushing. As the Copperheads look to get back into this one, trailing by 3 runs. They're in the bottom of the fourth. The Hamilton Joes 4, Copperheads 1. Gambert is responsible for the only RBI for the Copperheads today. He had an RBI double that scored Thomas Zazzaro back in the first. First pitch to Gambert. It hits the outside corner for strike 1. Gambert's been very selective at the plate and very successful as of late, as his batting average is now sitting at .357 as the 0-1 is delivered. Fastball taken low. Evens up the count at 1-1.
We see a lot more pitchers being a lot more careful with Gambert as they learn more and more about him, as it seems like in almost every at-bat he's up 2-0 because, you know, they're trying so hard to stay out of the middle of the plate.
1-1 is fisted foul and out of play.
And obviously, as a pitcher, when you start aiming instead of throwing, that's when the balls start to come, and that's why Gambert has found himself in so many good hitters counts rather, in the past few ball games.
Not in the hitter's count right now, however, as it counts at 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The pitch from Jacob Webb is taken low and away. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. So a 2-2 the count to Chris Gambert. He'll be followed by Reese Trahey, who's in search for his first hit of the day. As a 2-2 to Chris Gambert. Taken low, and now Gambert has worked himself a full count.
Yep, seeing the ball really well out of every pitcher's hand right now, not chasing anything out of the zone. He gets back in this count. Now we'll see a payoff pitch.
Payoff pitch from Jacob Webb from the windup, swung on, driven out into center field, shallow center field, ranging in and making the, no, not making the basket catch is Kane. The ball bounced on the ground before Kane was able to scoop it up. It's a full count single for Chris Gambert as Kane tried to sell that one.
That just seems unfair, right? This guy, he's been driving the ball over everybody's head the past few games, and he kind of just hits one off the inside part of the bat, and it comes all the way into shallow center field and drops right in front of Kane on the slide. It's good effort. Able to make the catch, and now Gambert has both hits on the day for the Copperheads. See if they can string a couple together here.
Yeah, Copperheads only 1 run on 2 hits as Reese Trahey will walk back to the dugout and will find a new bat, as it looks like there might be a chip or something wrong with the lumber, as instead of a brown handle and black up top, now he's got a full black bat.
Somehow didn't find out until he got to the batter's box that something was wrong with the bat.
Could have chipped it maybe with the batting donut in an on-deck circle. Could have been a possibility. However, nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Jacob Webb pitching from the stretch after back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. His first pitch to Reese Trahey's in for a called strike, 0-1. Again, Trahey on the day is 0 for 1. As are most of the Copperheads. The only one who's not is the one on base. Chris Gambert on base with the single. 0-1 the count. The pitch into Reese Trahey will be taken low after the check down to Jeffrey Eater. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trahey coming into the day was batting 143. Pitched a little bit. 7 earned runs in his last pitching outing. Has a swing and a miss from Trahey. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, in a spot in this lineup, we haven't seen him. Usually seen Trahey down in the 7, 8, 9 spots, but moved up to cleanup for today's game. So clearly doing something to impress Coach Dunphy to put him in the cleanup spot today.
Has not had a hit since June 5th, where he went 2 for 5. As a 1-2, driven right up the middle and past the diving glove of the shortstop Thomason. Gambert moves up to second, and on first with his first hit since June 5th is Reese Trahey. That might answer your question.
Yeah, it definitely does. Try not to do too much. Get the ball on the outside part of the plate. Gets the full extension on it, lines it right back up the middle, just past Thomason's diving glove, and now Copperheads could be in business here. First 2 runners on, try to get a rally, put a dent into this lead.
Ben Rushing, the righty batter from Western Florida and the University of Central Florida, stands in. For Rushing, went 1 for 4 in yesterday's game, had a double, but also did strike out 3 times as the first pitch to Ben Rushing is taken low for a ball. Ball is juggled a little bit by Rich on the ground before he picks it up and fires it back to the pitcher, Jacob Webb. The runners on first and second base here for the Southern Ohio Copperheads in the bottom of the 4th inning. Copperheads looking to get back into this game, trailing by 3 runs. It's the Hamilton Joes 4, Southern Ohio Copperheads 1. The 1-0 is taken in for a called strike. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So far here in the bottom of the 4th, Chris Gambert led things off with a single. Reese Trahey then followed with a single of his own, as Ben Rushing will try to follow suit. 1-1 pitch. Line drive out into right center field. That get down for a hit, and it's juggled by the outfielder Thompson. Chris Gambert comes around to score from second, and on first with an RBI single is Ben Rushing. 3 straight singles to start things off here in the bottom of the 4th. Waits a run for the Copperheads. It's now the Joes 4, Copperheads 2.
Yeah, real big considering coming into the inning, Webb had retired the last 8 guys he faced, but coming in and swinging the bat to the Copperheads this inning. 3 straight. Well, after a bloop single from Gambert, a couple hard hit balls, and this one gets an RBI from Rushing as they look to keep the train rolling here in this inning.
Gambert single, he comes around to score. Reese Trahey picks up a single. He's on second, and on first is Ben Rushing. At the plate, Daniel Cruz, he fakes a bunt. However, he'll be taken for a called strike anyway. 0-1, much to the displeasure of the fans here at Bob Wren Stadium in Athens, Ohio. And now, did he throw somebody out?
It looks like might be issuing a warning to the dugout, as some of the Copperheads might be chirping a little bit after that strike call. Appeared to be off the outside part of the plate, but Ogilby calls it a strike.
Ogilby did make a motion with his hand, I guess as if to say, get down. 0-1 is taken low and outside. This one is clearly a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. But he made the motion as if you were going to tell a little kid to get down off the fence or something. So I did not know if that was his "you're out of here" call or not. And it was not, as just a warning issued to the Copperheads bench. 1-1 count to Daniel Cruz as he swings and pops one up into the infield, ranging back as a second baseman, and he makes a one-hand grab. Base runners will hold where they are at first and second. Now 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Zion Avery will come to the plate.
Yeah, Cruz would have been retired either way. It was infield fly with runners on first and second, nobody out. So, that's a good pitch from Webb. Gets in on the hands of Cruz, jams him, gets in a little jam shot out to second base. That's a big first out of the inning as he looks to work his way out of this trouble.
Second time Daniel Cruz has popped out to second, as first pitch into Zion Avery is in for a called strike. Avery today struck out looking in the second. He's 0 for 1. Avery now with a batting average at .231 as he bats here. Second pitch to Avery is swung on and missed. Checked down to second. Not in time to check on Reese Trahey. He goes back sliding.
Yeah, that was a big swing there from Avery. Looked like he was trying to give the Copperheads the lead with that swing. just swings through it. Now he's got to shorten up here and protect with 2 strikes.
0-2 count to Zion Avery. Long stare in from Jacob Webb, the starter for the Joes. Now he's set, looks back, and deals to the plate. This one is swung on and fouled straight back. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Chris Gammer came around to score on an RBI single from Ben Rushing. In between those 2 at-bats was a Reese Trahey single. It's first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 run already across. Zion Avery looks to tack on another one here. The 0-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. Avery goes down swinging, and now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, Jared Hurd will come to the plate.
For Southern Ohio, from Indiana University, Kokomo, the left fielder, number 12, Jared.
Second out of the inning, 5th strikeout on the day for Jacob Webb. The first one since he struck out Ty Krittenberger for the first out in the bottom of the 3rd. As Jared Hurd was the 3rd strikeout of the day for Jacob Webb. He struck out to end things in the bottom of the 2nd inning. As first pitch into Jared Hurd is taken inside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Copperheads looking to inch a little closer to the Hamilton Joes as they trail by 2 now. Joes 4, Cheds 2. Webb's pitch swung on, ground ball, backhanded by the 3rd baseman Janney. He steps on 3rd for the 3rd and final out in the bottom of the 4th inning. But not before the Southern Ohio Copperheads tack on an RBI as Ben Rushing with an RBI single. We'll be back in the top of the 5th inning on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Top of the 5th inning. Joes 4, Cheds 2. As a hot dog batter of the game comes to the plate, he takes the first called strike, 0-1. Griffin Kane today grounded into a fielder's choice and walked in his 2 trips, has also scored twice today as he swings and bounces one off towards the right side and down the right field line as the Joes bullpen will pick it up and throw it back in. 0-2 count to the hot dog hitter. Dollar Hot Dogs. If Griffin Kane strikes out in this at-bat, would only be the 2nd strikeout of the day as the 0-2 is tapped right back to the pitcher, Hansen, who makes the easy throw to first for the first out in the top of the 5th inning, much to the disappointment of the fans here at Bob Wren Stadium.
Yeah, Kane, it's almost like Kane did just enough not to strike out. He got the end of the bat on it, right back to the mound, slowly hit. Easy play for Hansen to field and make an easy throw on to first.
First down recorded here in the top of the 5th inning as Preston Miller and Jake Cates are due up here. First pitch to Miller is swung on and driven out into center field. Dive is not in time by the center fielder Ty Crittenberger, as instead of a single, it will be a double as Preston Miller stands in and trots in for that double, standing on second base.
Hanson hung the breaking ball there, and Miller was able to just get under it enough, and Crittenberg was playing shallow, so he thought maybe he had a chance of coming to make the dive, but it just gets away from his glove and rolls. Luckily, it didn't roll further because Preston Miller could still be running as we speak, but Jared Hurd did a good job backing up. He only hold him to a double.
One out double as Jake Cates now is at the plate. He takes the first pitch, called strike. 0-1. For Cates today, responsible for 3 RBIs, grounded into a fielder's choice in his first at-bat. That was for a ground-out RBI, and had a 2 RBI double back in the third as a curveball misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Infield is back, outfield straight away. As 1-1 swung on and hit out towards the left side and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. From Jake Hansen to Jake Cates. Hansen toes the rubber, closest towards the first base side. Looks into his catcher, Chris Gambert. Now comes set, and he deals. This pitch right down middle, strike 3 called. Cates goes down looking. Fans would have hoped he was the hot dog man today. But instead, now there are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Second strikeout by Jake Hansen. And Ryan Thompson, who's 1 for 2, is at the plate. Thompson is responsible for the other RBI, as the Joes have 4. Copperheads only have 2. Curveball drops in for a called strike, 0-1. Thompson had an RBI double in the first and popped out to third in the third. 0-1 the count. Jake Hansen's pitch. Fastball right high and away. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, almost working backwards to these hitters as Hansen. He's usually opening up with the curveball early on in the at-bat and then going with the harder stuff later on.
That's what he used to catch Cates looking. As 1-1. Breaking ball misses high and away. Thompson has a 2-1 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Preston Miller, he had a 1-out double. He's standing on second. Over near the shortstop, Daniel Cruz, as Cruz will back off. The 2-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. Now the scoreboard's filled up with 2s as 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hansen's 1 strike away from getting through the 5th inning. From the stretch, Hansen's pitch swung on. This one is lifted out into center field. Ty Crittenberger jogging back, now turns, faces the field, makes a 1-hand grab for the 3rd out in the top of the 5th inning. Besides the double, not much going on for the Hamilton Joes here on the top of the 5th inning, as no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Will return in the bottom frame as the Copperheads will come to the plate and look to tack on more runs. It's the Joes 4, Copperheads 2. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens, keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Bottom 5. Southern Ohio Copperheads trotting up to the plate. It'll be Ty Crittenberger than the top of the lineup as the Copperheads trail by 2 after getting 1 run in the bottom of the 4th as we're here in the bottom of the 5th. Crittenberger struck out swinging his first time up. As remaining on the mound will be Jacob Webb. Webb ran into a little trouble in bottom of the 4th. His first pitch is a fastball taken just a bit inside to Crittenberger, 1-0. Crittenberger batting 150. As fastball driven out into center field. This one might, but it doesn't. It goes right into the glove of the center fielder Kane as ball looked to be hit a little bit further than what originally it did.
That's encouraging to see from Crittenberger. That was definitely the hardest hit ball off his bat so far this year. Just hit it right at the center fielder Kane, but you'll take swings like that in every at-bat of every game for sure.
Iverson now will come to the plate, the lefty batter. Struck out in the first and flew out to center field in the third as we're here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch is off speed and low to Zach Iverson. Ball 1. Iverson batting .250 on the season as the 1-0 misses outside. 2 straight balls from Jacob Webb. And for Webb, only has 1 walk on the day. That was to the man on deck, Thomas Cesaro. 2-0 the count. A swing and a fly ball over towards left field. This ball is slicing and into the glove of the left fielder, Gick. We heard the catcher for the Hamilton Joes, Michael Rich, say out, 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 as that ball just kind of stayed in. And it was a foul ball catch from the left fielder, Gick, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. With 2 away, Thomas Cesaro stands in. Cesaro has come around and scored the first run of the game as he takes a fastball low for ball 1. Cesaro walked, came around to score in the first, and then grounded out to short his last time up. Second pitch missed low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. To the count to Thomas Cesaro is pitching from the windup is Jacob Webb. The pitch, a fastball on the inside corner for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Hamilton Joes 4, Copperheads 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning as a 2-1 count is missed inside and dropped by the catcher Rich. Brings the count to 3 balls and 1 strike now. If Cesaro can get on base, it'll be exciting to see what Chris Gambert can do as he's 2 for 2 and on deck. The 3-1 is swung on and missed by Cesaro, and now the count runs full to the Lee University product.
Yeah, 0 chase ball 4 on that one. It would have been ball 4 call below the knees. Now he's going to have to regroup on this 3-2 pitch.
From the windup, the payoff pitch is taken low for ball 4. So Chris Gambert does come to the plate, and it is the second walk issued. Both walks to Thomas Cesaro from Jacob Webb. First walk allowed since the first inning. And now Chris Gambert will attempt to go 3 for 3 as he had a RBI double in the first and then singled in the 4th. Just a little dunk out into center field. From the stretch, Webb's pitch, ground ball over towards third, taking on 2 hops. The third baseman, Janning, throws across the diamond in time for the 3rd and final out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So with the walk, not much else, as no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base for the Copperheads after the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll return in the top of the 6th It's the Hamilton Joes 4, the Southern Ohio Copperheads 2. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
My name is Chris Gambit from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to all my Bellarmine Knights. You're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
77 degrees and partly cloudy here in Athens, Ohio, as the Hamilton Joes hold a 4-2 lead over the Southern Ohio Copperheads as we're in the top of the sixth inning. 73 pitches in for Jake Hansen as he will face Avery Janning, Brennan Gick, and Marshall Rich as the first pitch to Avery Janning is in for a called strike, 0-1. Janning on the day, 2 ground ball outs over towards the left side, 1 to third, 1 to short as the 0-1 is delivered. Off-speed pitch in for a called strike, and Jake Hansen is quickly ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. From the stretch, Jake Hansen, now he deals. Fastball misses low and in the turf for ball 1. So 1-2 the count with nobody out here in the top of the sixth inning. Nice crowd on hand here at Bob Wren. This Father's Day baseball game as the 1-2 misses low and inside to Janning. 2-2 now. The infield playing back and deep. Outfield straight away. As the 2-2 is delivered, fastball just low for ball 3. A long hold by the catcher, Chris Gambert, as he thought it might have been strike 3. But instead, the count runs full to Avery Janning. As the payoff pitch, curveball misses high and inside, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk delivered to Avery Janning. The 5th walk of the game. As the Hamilton Joes are in business
Now batting for Hamilton.
Here in the top of the 6th.
From Northern Kentucky University, the left fielder, number 10, Brennan.
Hansen has walked 5 and only struck out 2, as now Coach Austin Dunphy makes a call down to the bullpen, and we'll take a quick break. It's the Copperheads 2, the Hamilton Joes 4, as we're still in the top of the 6th inning with nobody out. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Back here in the top of the 6th inning where the Southern Ohio Copperheads trail by a score of 4-2 to the Hamilton Joes. First pitch swinging is Brennan Gick. New man on the mound for the Copperheads as Jake Hansen's day is almost closed. Hansen went 5 innings, allowing 6 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, as the fastball misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 walks allowed to 2 strikeouts for Jake Hansen. Hansen could allow 5 runs depending on what Nick Kaiser would allow as a fastball hits a low outside portion of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody out here on the top of the 6th inning. Should Avery Janning come around to score, he'd be tagged on to Hansen as ground ball over towards first. That one will ride foul. So 1-2 count to Brennan Gick. And Gick was thrown out at home plate to keep this game at 4-2 by Zach Iverson, the second baseman. As Kaiser's 1-2 pitch misses outside, ball 2. So Gick 0 for 1, grounded out to second, and walked in his 2 trips to the plate. The 2-2 taken outside, ball 3. So it's a full count now to Brennan Gick. As Nick Kaiser will look to avoid the walk. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back. 3-2, the count remains. Three-two, nobody out. Top of the 6th. Nick Kaiser from the stretch, he deals. Fastball high and away, ball 4. So even though there's been 6 walks allowed in today's game, first walk allowed by Nick Kaiser, only 4 runs have come around to score. So Hansen was able to work around him. Now Nick Kaiser will be tasked with trying to work around him as they were back-to-back walks to Avery Janning and Brennan Gick as Marshall Rich stands in from the right side. For Rich, 1 for 2. Batting 125 as he pops a bunt up, and this one falls back. A bunt that was not going to be catchable by anyone as it was straight back, and not even Chris Gambert would have been able to get there. 0-1 count to Marshall Rich. Rich grounded out to third in his first at-bat and then had a bunt single as now he'll lay down a bunt here. The ball will not go foul. Fair ball. And Marshall Rich does it again. A bunt for a hit. He's 2 for 2 on balls that don't leave the infield.
Yeah, and I thought you couldn't get more perfect than his first bunt, but that one might just take the cake right there in between third and the pitcher's mound, right down the line. And you see Gambert and Kaiser wanted it to go foul, but it just hugs that foul line inside of the third base bag.
For Nick Kaiser appeared in yesterday's game, pitched an inning as a fastball is on the inside corner to Logan Thomason. Thomason today is 0 for 1. He walked in the 4th and grounded out to third in the 2nd as Kaiser will deal with bases loaded and nobody out here on the top of the 6th. There's a breaking pitch. Missed just inside for ball 1. 1-1 count. Nobody out. Infield has been brought in for the Copperheads. Outfield is straight away. That's 1-1 from Kaiser. Breaking ball. This one does bend into the zone. So now he's ahead on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it'll be a dangerous part of the lineup that Kaiser's about to enter into. After Thomason, it's the top of the order. The 1-2. Swung on. This one's out into right field. Chasing towards the line and making a basket catch is Reese Trahey. He'll throw all the way to third. It'll be a sacrifice fly for Logan Thomason as now the Hamilton Joes extend their lead. It's now back up to 3 as it's the Joes 5, Cheds 2.
Yeah, that was a good play by Trey just to get an out, as thought maybe that ball would fall in as he was playing off the line That's where Thomason hit it. But he's able to range or make the catch, get a big first out as they try to limit the damage done in the inning as one run's already come across.
So Avery Janik came in to score. Brennan Gick goes from second to third on the sacrifice fly. And Marshall Rich hangs on at first. So there's runners at the corners with one out here in the top of the sixth inning. Now the book is officially closed on Jake Hansen. Hansen allowing 5 runs, all of them earned. As the first pitch into Zach Orn is a swinging bunt that goes foul along the first base line. 0-1 the count to Zach Orn. And for Orn today is 1 for 2 with a walk, a run scored, batting average at .300. As the 0-1 is swung on, bouncing ball towards the hole on the right side. Zach Iverson, the second baseman, a little trouble with it, cannot get it. Infield single RBI is credited to Zach Orn, and now first run allowed by Nick Kaiser in today's game. It's still just 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Zach Orn gets an RBI on the infield single towards Zach Iverson. And now first and second with 1 out. Kaiser's first pitch is a swing and a miss to Griffin Kane. And we'll change that as Kane is 17, and this is number 7. So a pinch hitter for Griffin Kane.
Dalton Miller.
Coming in. As a pitch to Miller is in for a called strike. So a swinging strike and a called strike brings the count to 0-2. Time is called. So Griffin Kane today came around to score twice. As the 0-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. So Kaiser, after getting a sacrifice fly for the first out, gets a swinging strike for the second out. It's his first strikeout on the day. And now with 2 outs here on the top of the 6th, it'll be Preston Miller at the plate.
Yeah, got him to go out of the zone. Go get that pitch. And when you get up in the count 0-2, you can make a batter swing at a pitcher's pitch. That's what he did there. And trying to limit the damage done here in this inning.
So after the bases were loaded, only 2 runs have come around to score. First pitch to Preston Miller was in for a called strike. 0-1 the count with 2 outs. Ground ball over towards short. Taking on a knee is Cruz. He'll go the easy way to get the force out at second. But not before the Hamilton Joes score 2 here in the top of the 6th. It's the Joes 6, the Cheds 2. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the inning on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
Hi, I'm Cameron Siglitz from Western Kentucky University, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Back here in the bottom of the sixth inning, it's the Hamilton Joes 6, the Copperheads 2. New man on the mound, replacing Jacob Webb. It'll be London DeMuth. DeMuth will come in for Webb. Webb, who went 5 strong, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, both were earned, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. As DeMuth's first pitch is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. It'll be Reese Trahey, Ben Rushing, and Daniel Cruz all due up here at the bottom of the sixth. As London DeMuth from Oxford, Ohio. His off-speed pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. For Trahey today, 1 for 2, had a single in the 4th and grounded out to second in the 1st. DeMuth from Miami University of Hamilton as the 1-1 is swung on and hit out towards the left side and out of play. DeMuth, this will be his 2nd appearance on the season, his 1st since June 5th. Coincidentally, that was the last time that Reese Trahey had a hit before today. As 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count here in the bottom of the 6th. The delivery, this one misses. That's a fair bit outside.
Yeah, you think he lost the grip on that breaking ball a little bit?
He might have just lost the whole ball. Forget about the grip.
Just kind of slipped out of his hand there and goes way wide. I don't even think it caught the other side of the other batter's box. Easy take for Trahey.
Easy take. 2-2 the count. DeMuth's pitch is ground ball, broken bat over towards third. The third baseman, Janning, throws it in time to get the outs. A close play, but Reese Trahey is considered out for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. The bat will then be thrown by the pitcher, London DeMuth.
Yeah, bang play at first. I thought maybe Trahey got his foot on the bag at least not the same time before the ball reached the bag at first. But that's why I'm up here in the booth, not down there on the field.
First pitch to Ben Rushing is off speed for a called strike, 0-1. For London DeMuth on the season has a 7 ERA in just his 1 appearance. He pitched 1 inning, got 2 strikeouts, walked 1, and allowed 1 hit. 0-1 delivery to Ben Rushing is taken just low and inside for a ball, evens up the count at 1 apiece. In the game for DeMuth against the Steam, he allowed the 1 run. Allowed 1 run, it was earned, and that's when he gave up the 1 hit. As 1-1 is taken low and away. Under the glove of the catcher, Rich, for a ball, 2-1. So DeMuth has not seen a whole lot of time here in the GLSCL. Missing a couple series as the 2-1 is delivered. High and inside to Rushing. He bends out of the way. 3 balls and 1 strike. (3-1), 1 out. Bottom 6, Joe's 6, Copperheads 2. The long hold by London DeMuth. Now he's ready towards the rubber. And from the windup, he's ready, the 3-1. Outside ball 4. So that will be the 2nd walk issued on the season for London DeMuth. First walk issued here today. And the 3rd walk on the day, as Jacob Webb only walked 2. Daniel Cruz will stand in now. Cruz has popped up to second base twice in both plate appearances. once in the second and once in the fourth. So he'll stand in against the righty pitcher, London DeMuth. DeMuth will check over to Ben Rushing on first. He goes back sliding. Daniel Cruz attempting to keep up his hot streak. There's a long hold by DeMuth. Now he's ready. All speed is in for a called strike. For Daniel Cruz, had 2 hits in yesterday's game against the Joes. He picked up 3 hits in the game against the Cincinnati Steam on June 13th, coming into the day with a .368 batting average. As the 0-1 is taken inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. One the count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Ben Rushing awarded first with a walk. As 1-1 is delivered to Daniel Cruz outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. So the Copperheads will have to be patient here, see a lot of pitches from London DeMuth, and try to get on base and get back into this game. It's a 4-run lead, the largest lead of the day for the Hamilton Joes. As DeMuth pitches outside, an attempt from Rich to look back. Ben Rushing at first, there's no throw. So 3 balls and 1 strike now. And the one thing that I'm picking up on London DeMuth, before he pitches, he's not even looking at the catcher Rich. He's turning his head to look back at second base, but there's nobody there. The look back to second again, and 3-1 is popped out into shallow right field on the move as Ben Rushing. The ball gets down, and Rushing will head towards third. Daniel Cruz is going to second base. It'll be a hustle double as he goes in sliding safe. Rushing is safe at third. Ball is at the second baseman, Zach Orn. And now the Copperheads have second and third with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, not the hardest hit double by Daniel Cruz, but got just enough to get it into the shallow right field, and making a diving attempt was right fielder Thompson. Couldn't come up with it, so it takes a couple bounces behind him, as Rushing was already halfway, so he easily got in the third, and Cruz hustled all the way up to second. So now Avery's got a chance with a couple runs in scoring position to get back those 2 runs they gave up in the top of the inning.
Well, just good base running from Ben Rushing. He took off on first hit, as now the first pitch is swung on and fouled off towards the right side on Zion Avery. And Rushing is lucky that that ball got down, because he would have been easily doubled off at first. Should have been a diving catch by Thompson out in rights. But they don't have to worry about that, as it's second and third with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 0-1 counts to Zion Avery as a pitch from DeMuth misses low for ball 1. So 3 straight times Daniel Cruz has hit it in the air towards the right side. Caught twice by the second baseman. Now that one falls into right field. As 1-1 to Zion Avery, it's a slow roller over towards the third baseman, Janning. He throws over and gets the out at first, and it'll be a double play. Daniel Cruz trying to take third. Miller throws it to third, gets it to Janning, and Janning tags out Daniel Cruz for the double play, but not before 1 run comes in to score. Ben Rushing scores the 3rd run of the game for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. And it's a double play, as Cruz was tagged out trying to take third. As we head into the top of the 7th, Joe Medora will have it handled for the rest of regulation. As we'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the result.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Top 7. Here at Bob Wren Stadium, we move into the back third of the ball game. Hamilton shows lead in the Southern Ohio Copperheads 6-3. As it is Jake Cates, Ryan Thompson, and Avery Janning all due up for the Joes this inning. Nick Kaiser staying on the mound in this second inning of work out of the bullpen for the Copperheads as he relieved Jake Hansen after he went for the first 5 innings. First pitch indicates is swung on and missed 0-1. Now Jake Cates 1 for 3 on the day with 3 RBIs, had a 2 RBI double in the third inning, also had an RBI ground out in the first, as the 0-1 into him is taken for a ball, 1-1. Cates struck out looking in his last at-bat, one of 2 Jake Hansen strikeouts in his start, as the 1-1 will catch the outside corner to Cates, and he'll find himself behind in the count, 1-2. As Kaiser gets a sign from Gamber behind the plate, comes set, the 1-2 indicates he went around on the swing. Strike 3 called by home plate umpire Kyle Ogleby. So Nick Kaiser will pick up his second strikeout in relief, and the leadoff man's retired in the top of the 7th.
Just a nice pitch from Nick Kaiser, getting Jake Cates off balance, thinking it was going to be a fastball, catch him off speed, and then Cates was right out in front of it.
Now Ryan Thompson, the right fielder, digs in. 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI double back in the first inning as he swings at the first pitch, fouls it down the first base line, 0-1. Thompson also popped up in foul ground to third and flew out to center field in his other 2 at-bats. He's now hitting .381 on the season. As the 0-1 in from Kaiser is taken just a bit above the letters for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 from Kaiser, breaking ball that does not come down, stays high. And Thompson's now up in the count, 2-1. It is 6 runs on 8 hits, no error for the Joes, 3, 5, and 0 for the Copperheads as the 2-1 is taken outside for a ball. And it is 3-1 now. Copperheads looking to avoid the sweep of the series here today as they drop the first game on Friday, 2-1. As 3-1 is taken just outside for a ball. So Thompson will reach base on the walk, and there's a run-out base runner.
Now batting for the Joes from Walsh University.
Guys will look to get a better grip on the ball as he threw in that last ball. Maybe didn't have the best grip on that one to try and locate his pitches better.
Now Avery Janning out of Walsh University digs in. Janning is 0 for 2 with a walk. They came around the scores last time up. As the first pitch into him catches the inside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Just a little bit more on that. It could have been a little bit slimy of the ball. The humidity out here, putting a little moisture on it.
As the 0-1 is a called strike, 0-2. It's been a fairly clear day here at Athens, as we did hear chance of the thunderstorms at a pickoff attempt. Thompson dives back in easily. And Avery will fire the ball back into Kaiser, but the weather has remained nice throughout the game. Sun's been shining.
Definitely better than the last 2 games.
Oh, absolutely. So we weren't even sure we were going to get a game in yesterday. 0-2 pitch into Janning. It's called strike 3 on the outside corner, so Kaiser with his second strikeout of the inning. Third of the ball game, 2 away now in the top of the 7th.
Now batting for the Joes from Northern Kentucky University, the left fielder, number 10, Brennan Gick.
So now Brennan Gick digs in. 0 for 1 on the day with a couple of walks. As the one time he put the ball in play, It was a ground out to second base. First pitch into him is taken for a strike, 0-1. Gick came around to score after he walked his last time up. 0-1, grounded out towards Zach Iverson. The second will hit the base runner. So he will be called out as he slams his helmet on the ground as the base runner Thompson tried to hurdle the ball, but unable to, as it looked like it would have been a routine ground ball to Zach Iverson anyway. But the side is retired as Thompson gets hit by the ball. So the Copperheads look to this Joe's lead, 6-3, heading into the bottom of the seventh. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just...
Hi, I'm Ben Rushing. I'm from the University of Central Florida, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Jared Hurd, Ty Krinberger, and Zach Iverson all due up in the bottom of the seventh. New man on the mound, now the third pitcher for the Joes in this game. Yun Chow takes the mound as he pitched in yesterday's ball game, going 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, no runs given up. As he got the winning decision in the ball game. It was his first win on the season. So far in 5 appearances this year, has a .72 ERA and 9 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 9 hits and 4 strikeouts. As the Copperheads look to battle back in this game as they've made it close as 2, but unable to come all the way back so far as they trail 6-3. First pitch into Jared Hurd from Chow is taken outside for a ball, 1-0.
This is just really an unconventional pitching staff for the Hamilton Joes. It almost seems like every person they put out there besides the starters is a submarine pitcher.
Obviously very tough on the righties with a right-handed submarine pitcher. Tough to see the ball come out from that angle as the 1-0 taken inside from Hurd for a ball, 2-0. Jared Hurd 0 for 2 on the day as he struck out and reached on a fielder's choice so far in the ball game. As Chow delivers into the lefty Hurd, and he grounds it towards the hole between first and second, but the first baseman comes off, coming over as Chow to cover the bag. He flips it onto him in time to get Hurd out by a step. So it's a 3-1 put out to lead off the 7th, and there's one away.
Of Central Florida, the center fielder, number 3, Ty Krinberger.
Now the 9-hitter Ty Krinberger digs in. Krinberger has struck out in his first at-bat. In his second at-bat, hit one hard out to center field, but right out at the center fielder, Kane. And he was retired. So 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch into him from Chow is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Chow kicks and sidearms the 1-0 in, and it's taken way outside by Krittenberger. He's up in the count 2-0. Chow out of Canaan University. One of 2 pitchers on this staff that go to Canaan University, as he was born in Taiwan. As a 2-0 pitch in, will be taken on the inside corner for a strike. Late call from Ogleby behind the plate. 2-1 in the Krittenberger. Now Chow kicks and deals a 2-1. Krittenberger lines it in between second and third base into left field for a base hit. So Krittenberger has his first knock on the day, 1 for 3 now. And the lineup turns over. Zach Iverson comes up with a runner on first.
Again, Ty Krittenberger, he hit the ball hard again. This time he gets the result that he's been looking for all season long. Picks up the base hit.
If you keep hitting line drives, they're going to find holes. And that one does for Krittenberger. So now Zach Iverson will bat. 0 for 3 on the day is Iverson with a strikeout and a couple of fly balls to center field and left field respectively. As he's batting leadoff for the Copperheads in this game. First pitch from Chow into him is taken below the knees for a ball, 1-0. As the most earned runs Chow has given up in an outing so far this year is just 1. On June 12th against the Jazz, he gave up 3 runs, none of them being earned, though, as the 1-0 into Iverson's taken for a strike, 1-1. Chow been very effective out of the bullpen for the Joes so far this season, as the Joes look to sweep the Copperheads with a victory here today, as they currently sit in first place in the South Division of the GLSCL. As a pickoff attempt to Krittenberger, dives back easily. So 1-1 count to Zach Iverson. Runner on first. 1 away. Joes lead the Copperheads 6-3 in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-1 from Chow, taken outside for a ball by Iverson, 2-1. As Iverson was an all-freshman Big Ten player back in his freshman year, as he just finished up his sophomore season with the Spartans of Michigan State. The 2-1 pitch runs inside to Iverson. He leans out of the way of it. And he'll be in the driver's seat now, 3-1.
That ball almost comes in and hits him. Did a nice job getting out of the way.
So Iverson will look for his pitch here, 3-1. As the Copperheads look to string some hits together and spark a rally as Krittenberger takes off on 3-1 pitch, and it's lined into left field for a base hit by Iverson. Krittenberger rounds second and heads into third base standing. So there'll be runners on the corners after a base hit from Zach Iverson. The Copperheads trying to string some hits together now.
Well, just a perfect executed hit and run. On the run was Krittenberger going to second. That draws the shortstop Thomason out from his position. Ball was hit right where Thomason would have been. Line drive hit right about head level for Thomason. So it goes down as a base hit for Iverson. Perfect executed hit and run.
So that's a 7th hit for the Copperheads now in this game as Thomas Cesaro comes in. Cesaro 0 for 1 with 2 walks. And a ground out to shortstop. Came around to score the Copperheads' first run of the game back in the first inning. As Cesaro DHing, as we mentioned earlier, he pitched in the first game of this series, going 8 innings, only allowing 1 run, got the no decision in the Copperheads' 2-1 loss. Cesaro squares the bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch is called outside for a ball, 1-0. The runners on the corners now, 1 away. As Copperheads trying to battle back in this game. Yun Chow. The 1-0 into Cesaro, taken right down the heart of the plate for a strike, 1-1. Cesaro, a returning Copperhead this year. He had 350 in the GLSCL last year. As now the 1-1 in from the side armor, grounded towards Avery Jennings at third. He fires on to second for the first out, back on to first, not in time. Ball gets away from Preston Miller at first. Cesaro staying put at first, so it's an RBI fielder's choice for the Copperheads. Now it's 6-4. And now there's 2 away with a runner on first.
Well, again, Cesaro with a runner on third puts the ball in play, and when that happens, you make things happen. Gets the RBI in, brings the Copperheads even closer, and this is what they need to continue to do, just chip away at that lead until they can find their way back on top.
So now just a 2-run deficit. Chris Gambert digs in. First pitch into him. He's taken on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. That's Cesaro's 5th RBI on the year. Now Gambert digs in, 2 for 3 with a double and a single, an RBI. As the 0-1 into him will be taken way outside for a ball, 1-1. As Cesaro leads off first base, he stole a bag earlier in the game. It's just a 2-step lead right now. The 1-1 into Gambert, taken up above the letters high for a ball, 2-1.
And I don't think Cesaro is going to be moving anywhere close to off the bag over at first. With Gambert at the plate, you don't want to take the bat out of his hands and remove the Copperheads from giving a chance to tie it up.
So Chow comes set. The 2-1 into Chris Gambert. Lines one down the right field line, but it will hook foul towards the Joe's dugout, so it was hard hit, but just pushed it a little bit too far down the right field line, and it'll be a 2-2 count now.
Just a little late on the ball. Ball slicing foul. Gambert just has to get his timing down, and we'll see what happens.
Gambert now batting .364 on the year with his 2 base knocks today. He'll look to make it a third. With a ball deep and up in the gap, perhaps plate Thomas Cesaro from first base. Chow comes set. The 2-2 into Gambert. Gets behind him and gets all the way to the backstop. Now Cesaro will move up to second base as Marshall Ritz corrals the ball. And now Gambert will see a payoff pitch with a runner in scoring position with 2 down.
And Gambert asked Kyle Ogleby, did that hit him? And it looked like it did hit him. I don't know how it missed, unless it went right underneath. A lot of white for the Copperheads jerseys today. So white pants, white shirt against a white ball. Can't really see it. It might have nicked his jersey.
It definitely didn't catch him square in the back, as we would have heard a sound. But the full count pitch into Gambert takes it inside and low for a ball. So they walk Gambert, put him on first. Now a force at any base besides home for Reese Trey. So maybe not the worst case scenario there for the Joes, as Gambert perhaps the most dangerous hitter in the lineup right now.
Yes, with Cesaro on second base, ball going back to the backstop. First base open. I'm surprised they don't even intentional walk Gambert, because that's just how dangerous Gambert has been at the plate.
So now a mound visit. Haven't seen a motion to the bullpen yet, but it looks like that will be it for Yun Chow, as he works 2/3 of an inning, giving up a run. And both runners left on base are responsible for him, as a new arm trots in from the bullpen for the Joes, and we will give you an update on him when we return. The Joes hold a 2-run lead, but the tying run is on first base with 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. You were listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year.
So new man on the mound for the Joes is Joshua Gaynor, as he pitched in the game Friday night, got the victory in 2 innings of relief, giving up just 2 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts. He has a .80 ERA in 7 appearances so far this season with 2 saves in 8 2/3 innings pitched. He looks to get the Joes out of this jam. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Reese Trahey, the lefty, digs in to face Gaynor. First pitch into him is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Trahey 1 for 3 on the day. He had a single back in the 4th inning. He's also grounded out twice to second base and third base. As with a hit into the outfield here, could play a run or 2 depending on where it rolls. The Copperheads trail 6-4. The 1-0 is taken inside into Trahey. And he's quickly up in the count now, 2-0. Gaynor out of Parma, Ohio, attends Long Island University. As another sidearm pitcher out of this bullpen for the Joes. As a 2-0 pitch into Trahey, lined out into left center field, ranging over the center fielder, and he can't get there. The ball falls into the wall. Coming in to score is Cesaro. Now Gambert being waved in. Here comes the throw to the cutoff man, and the tag is applied by the catcher, Rich, as Gambert tried to jump around him to score the tying run, but he is tagged out at home. So it'll be a 6-5 score, but Gambert is thrown out at the plate on the relay throw from the shortstop, Logan Thomason. So it's an RBI double for Reese Trahey that scores 1 run, but Gambert is cut down at the plate. And the Joes now lead the Copperheads just 6-5 heading into the top of the 8th inning. Should be an exciting finish here at Bob Wren Stadium. Just a 1-run ball game. When we come back on the Copperheads Radio Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling.
I'm Sam Worsing. I'm from Wright State. I'm listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
6-5 score in the top of the 8th inning between the Joes and the Copperheads. Coming on to pitch the third arm for the Copperheads in this game, it's Braxton Kelly out of Ohio University. The 6'3" right-hander has appeared in 2 games so far this inning, throwing 5 innings. Has not given up a run, 6 strikeouts, only 3 hits. His last outing was on June 13th, where he pitched 3 innings against Cincinnati Steam and the Copperheads' 9-1 victory, giving up 3 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, got the save in that ball game. As his first pitch rides high into Marshall Rich, the catcher, 1-0. Next pitch taken outside for a ball now, 2-0. Rich 2 for 3 with 2 bunt singles in the 4th and 6th inning. Is also grounded out the 3rd. 2-0 pitch from Kelly. Having a hard time finding the zone coming out of the pen. It misses low and away. 3-0 now to Marshall Rich, the catcher. As now the 3-0 pitch will find the outside corner for a strike. Rich started to walk towards first base, but he has to stay in the box now. 3-1. As Kelly working fast. 3-1. Rich fouls it over the first base dugout. Now Kelly looking to battle all the way back as the count runs full. 3-2.
Well, Kelly definitely has one of the strongest arms out of the bullpen for the Copperheads, lighting up the radar gun around 91, 92.
Definitely the hardest throwing arm on the staff this year. That's full count in to Marshall Rich. The pitch from Braxton Kelly swung on and missed. He got him swinging. So it's a 3-0 count to Rich. Kelly battles back with 3 straight strikes for his 7th strikeout on the season. 1 away now in the top of the 8th.
Well, what a way for Kelly to come back. Gets down in the count, fires 3 straight strikes, and bang, gets him swinging.
So now Logan Thomason, the 9-hitter, digs in. Thomason 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out the 3rd to start his day. First pitch into him is chopped down to Ben, rushing at 3rd. He takes a couple steps in, fields it cleanly, fires it on the 1st. And Braxton Kelly comes on and is very effective. Retires the first 2 guys he faces. Now the lineup turns over to Zach Orr, the leadoff hitter. 2 away in the top of the 8th.
Well, again, Kelly just comes in, throws strikes. He threw a couple balls to Marshall Rich, but came back in the count, got his strikes in, pitched to strike Thompson. Thompson couldn't do anything with it.
Zach Orr, the leadoff man, 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI. He's also scored a run as he has 2 infield singles. First pitch from Kelly and him bounces into the catcher Gambert for a ball. 1-0. Braxton Kelly working very fast. The 1-0 is taken up high for a ball. 2-0 now to Zach Orn. In his last at-bat, Orn picked up an RBI in his 2nd infield single on the day. That's a 2-0 from Kelly. Comes right down Broadway for a strike. 2-1. As Orn takes a step out of the box, trying to slow Braxton Kelly down a little bit. Now Kelly kicks and deals a 2-1, taking on the inside part of the plate for a strike. Orn didn't like it, but Kyle Ogleby calls it a strike. 2-2. So it's a 6-5 score. Joe's leading the Copperheads. 2 away in the top of the 8th inning. 2-2 pitch from Braxton Kelly. Swung on and missed in the dirt. Gamber will come up and throw it on to Avery at first. It bounces, but Avery's able to dig it out, and they record the strikeout. So Braxton Kelly comes in with a quick 1-2-3 inning, including 2 strikeouts as the Copperheads look to try to even this ball game up in the bottom of the 8th. Joe's 6, Copperheads 5. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from a...
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
It's Ben Rushing, Daniel Cruz, and Zion Avery all due up for the Copperheads as they look to scratch across a run and even this ball game up as they currently trail the Joes 6-5. Looking to avoid getting swept by the Joes. They dropped game 1 2-1 on Friday. They dropped game 2 last night 5-4. and currently trailing by a run in this ball game, as they were losing 6-2 in the sixth, but exploiting a run in the bottom of the sixth and 2 more last inning to make the score 6-5. Josh Gaynor staying on the mound for the Joes. First pitch in the rushing is swung on and missed, 0-1. Gaynor came in last inning with runners on first and second and 2 outs, and Reese Trahey roped a double to left center field as the 0-1 in the rushing is fouled back into the screen. Cesaro scored from second base, but Chris Gamber was cut down at the plate to prevent the tying run from scoring.
An aggressive send by third base coach Austin Dunphy.
As he's mentioned several times throughout the year, most instances he will send runners at third base, as the 0-2 pitch is chased upstairs by rushing, strike 3 swinging. So he goes down on 3 pitches, 1 away in the bottom of the 8th for Daniel Cruz.
Well, fastball that was high out of the zone, and you were wondering when Fabic was going to get into this game. Now that it's only a 1-run game, see what Fabic can do with the bat here.
As it is not Daniel Cruz, pinch hitting Sebastian Fabic, who actually had his first day off, or first day out of the starting lineup, I should say, in today's game, but seeing pinch hit action here in the 8th inning is Sebastian Fabic, and seems like the right man for the job. 19 hits and 43 at-bats for a .442 average for Fabic, as the first pitch in him's taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Fabic 4th in the league in average so far this season, 6 doubles, 5 RBIs. Also has a .529 on-base percentage. The Copperheads looking for a base runner here. The 1-0 taken outside by Fabic, 2-0.
Fabic just has to stand in there and see a couple pitches, try to get his timing down and see if he can square something up.
As a 2-0 pitch into Fabic from Gaynor. He takes a big rip at it, comes up empty. 2-1.
Just got under the ball right there. A little bit of an uppercut.
So now Gaynor comes set, gets the sign from the catcher Rich. Here comes a 2-1 into Fabic, swing and a miss again. This one was on the outside corner. And battling back as Gaynor quickly evens up the count, 2-2 to Sebastian Fabic.
Fabic just needs to shorten down his swing now, try to find a way on base.
Keep the 2-2 from Gaynor to Fabic, swung on and missed. Strike 3, fouled into the mitt. So after giving up a hit to start last inning, Gaynor comes in, strikes out the first 2 he faces in the 8th inning, and now Zion Avery will look to keep the inning alive with 2 away.
Well, the good thing is Fabic's now in the game, unless he will come out for whatever defensive purposes. Copperheads are down a shortstop now.
Zion Avery, first ball swinging, tries to loop it over the first baseman. Backing up in shallow right field is Preston Miller. The Copperheads go quietly to finish out the 8th as the score remains 6-5 as we head into the final frame of play. As we now have the Orange Crush race for the bottom of the 8th inning. As Orange Crush is what, 2-2 on the season so far?
I believe it sounds right about the right record. 2-2, lost his first 2.
In case you don't know what goes on here, a lucky fan from the crowd, usually a kid, picked to try to beat the Crush. They get some kind of head start. I don't know how many seconds they get, but the Crush, very tough to beat, but already gone down in defeat twice so far this year, 2-2. As the young fan takes off, as he now crosses the Ohio Health O Buena sign.
He's going
and now
quick.
Down towards the 380 sign. And now the Orange Crush takes off.
This is going to be, there's a father and a son.
There is a father and a son. Orange Crush coming up on the father now. He'll easily walk him down, but the kid is motoring. He's at the 380 sign in right center field. He ain't going to get caught today, as the Crush will go down in defeat to the young fan and fall to 2-3 on the season. As that was some impressive speed. Yeah, that kid out there on the warning track.
The young fan, he just came out of the line sprinting and maintained that pace all the way around the outfield fence. I don't know if you chalked it up as a win and a loss. Would the Crush still be 500? Because he did beat the father.
He
but
did.
He just didn't beat the son.
No problem beat the father, as he caught the father around the home of the Copperheads sign out there in center field.
Now batting for the Joes.
The young fan was booking it around the warning track.
Number 7, Dalton Miller.
Not too often you see the crush lose like that. But now top of the 9th inning, 6-5. Joes lead the Copperheads as Braxton Kelly stays on the mound for his 2nd inning of work out of the pen. First pitch in, trying to bunt is Dalton Miller, the center fielder who entered the game in the 6th inning for Griffin Kane. But the bunt is fouled off his leg in the batter's box. 0-1 now.
Well, it looks like Fabic did come out. So Fabic is not out in the field defensively. There's a new shortstop in the game.
It looks like Phil Glasser is out there at shortstop for the Copperheads, as he wasn't in the starting lineup in this game, as now Austin Dunphy walks up to argue something with the umpires as they converse up the first baseline now.
Trying to see if he was stepped on the home plate during the bunt attempt, because the ball did hit him.
But Kyle Ogilvy sticks with his original call, and Dalton Miller will stay in the batter's box, so it's an 0-1 count. Braxton Kelly kicks and deals the 0-1 as they called strike 2. So it's an 0-2 count now into Dalton Miller, who entered the game in the 6th inning, struck out in his only at-bat so far. The 0-2 from Kelly is chopped down towards the third baseman rushing. He comes in charging, makes the throw, quick transfer onto the glove, but throws it away, and it bounces out of play. As the throw sails over Zion Avery's head, Dalton Miller will be on second base now, as you would think an error would be slapped on Ben Rushing for that one.
Yeah, the throw a little bit high and a little up the line. Again, the 2nd time today that Zion Avery has had to shield himself at first as to not get injured or trucked over by whoever's running from the box.
So it is officially scored an error on Ben Rushing on the throw. That puts Dalton Miller on second base with nobody out. Now Preston Miller digs in, the first baseman. As a pitch in will sail over the head of Miller. He ducks. It gets away from everybody. And moving up to third base on the wild pitch is Dalton Miller. So now he's 90 feet away from scoring with nobody out in the top of the 9th.
Well, for Kelly, this could be the first time that he'll let up a run. Nobody out, runner on third. Infield drawn in.
Infield is drawn in. Preston Miller, kind of like a safety swing as that pitch is on the inside, unable to keep his bat back. And it'll be a 1-1 count in the Miller.
And instead of turning back, he kind of made a full circle. Even though he didn't bring his hands around, there was still technically a full swing.
Here comes a 2-2, or excuse me, the 1-1 pitch into Preston Miller, fouled away down towards the Joes dugout. Be a 1-2 count to Preston Miller, who was 2 for 4 on the day with a single and a double. Came around to score in the first inning. The 2-2 from Kelly into Miller is taken low and outside for a ball, 2-2. Now Kelly kicks and deals. The next pitch into Miller, swung on and missed. Strike 3. It is the 3rd strikeout for Kelly ever since entering the ball game in the 8th inning, and 1 away now in the top of the 9th with a runner on third.
Big strikeout again is runner on third. Got to do it yourself. Anything put in play would probably bring in Dalton Miller.
Now Jake Cates digs in. First pitch into him is a strike on the inside corner as the infield remains in with just 1 away. As the Copperheads try to hold this deficit at 1. As the 0-1 is swung on and missed by Cates. Took a big rip at it, came up empty. Quickly down 0-2. Cates is 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs on the day. The 0-2 from Kelly into him, taken just inside for a ball.
fans are getting into it.
Fans thought it was strike 3. Kyle Ogilvy disagrees. It'll be a 1-2 count now to Jake Cates. As Kelly comes set, kicks and deals a 1-2 on the outside corner. Strike 3 called on Jake Cates. So he had a couple words for Ogilvy after that strike 3 call, but now walks back into the dugout. 4 strikeouts for Kelly since entering the ballgame, and now Ryan Thompson comes in.
Well, again, a big strikeout from Kelly. Infield is allowed to move back. All he needs is one more to keep it at a 1-run deficit.
Now Ryan Thompson, who was 1 for 3 on the day, had an RBI double back in the first inning. As first pitch has Thompson bending out of the way of it as he walks across into the other batter's box, 1-0. As Kelly working fast, and the ball skips away from Chris Gambert into the Joes dugout. The run will score, and it will now be a 7-5 Joes lead as the breaking ball gets away from Kelly, and Chris Gambert unable to handle it behind the plate.
Well, that's just gut-wrenching right there. Kelly getting the 2 strikeouts, and then on the wild pitch, spiked the ball, allowed the run to come in.
The 2-0 pitch is a strike to Ryan Thompson, now 2-1.
First run allowed by Kelly, but it is not an earned run.
As he spikes another breaking ball on the 2-1 pitch into Ryan Thompson, and he'll be way up in the count now, 3-1. The 3-1 is a called strike on the inside corner. Late call there from Kyle Ogilvy, but that'll run the count full now with 2 outs. The full count pitch is swung on and fouled over top the press box and out of play. So a long at-bat here for Ryan Thompson with 2 outs in the 9th. As the Joes pick up a big insurance run. As they now lead at 7-5 over the Copperheads. Looking to complete the series sweep if the result stays the same. 3-2 from Kelly, grounded to Zion Avery at first. He drops to a couple knees to knock it down and flips it over to Kelly, covering the bag for the final out. And we will head into the bottom of the 9th. Copperheads need to get the bats going if they want to even up this ball game, trailing the Joes 7-5. You're listening to Copperheads Health. State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, & Stroh.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Copperheads need a pair of runs to keep this ball game going as they trail 7-5. In the bottom of the 9th inning, it is Jared Hurd, Ty Krittenberger, and Zach Iverson all due up as coming on for the save is Jake Cates. As This is now his 5th appearance on the year. He picked up the save in the win last night for the Joes. Pitched 4 innings to a 1.75 ERA, 10 strikeouts, only 2 hits. As he looks to close out the Copperheads. First pitch into Jared Hurd is swung on and missed, 0-1. Jared Hurd is 0 for 3 on the day. Struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, and grounded out to the first baseman in his 3 trips. As the 0-1 in from Jake Cates, taken outside for a ball, 1-1. Copperheads looking to avoid getting swept by the Joes, who currently lead the Southern Division of the GLSCL, as the 1-1 pitch taken outside for a ball by Hurd. He's ahead in the count now, 2-1. As it was 6-5 going to the 9th, Joe's got a big insurance run on a wild pitch that scored Dalton Miller from third base to make the score 7-5. Jared Hurd pops one up in the infield. Shortstop Logan Thomason has the catch. No problem, and the leadoff man is retired in the bottom of the 9th. 1 out.
Now batting for Southern Ohio, from the University of Central Florida, the center fielder.
That brings in Ty Crittenberger, the center fielder. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a line-out single. His last time up came around to score. As he looks to ignite a rally here for the Copperheads to keep this ball game going. 0-0 pitch, breaking ball, bends in at the letters for a strike, 0-1. As the 0-1 from Cates kicks and deals, taken inside, he ducks to avoid getting hit. And run the count to 1-1.
Yeah, with a lot of life on that fastball for Jake Cates. You got to get out of the way as quickly as possible when it's inside like that.
The 1-1 in the Crittenberger swing, got a piece. Fouls it back behind the catcher. But he's down in the count now, 1-2. So 1-2, 1 out for Crittenberger. Cates kicks and deals, ball in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Rich. But Crittenberger does not chase it and evens up the count at 2. As Cates kicks and deals, a 2-2 pitch into Crittenberger, and it'll be taken. Strike 3 called at the letters. Crittenberger thought it was high, but Kyle Ogilvy, home plate umpire, calls it a strike. And 2 outs now in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Number 14, Zach Iverson.
So now it's going to take a 2-out rally from the Copperheads. Top of the order up, Zach Iverson, the second baseman. 1 for 4 on the day, had a single in his last at-bat. Other than that, flew out a couple times and struck out. As Jake Cates an out away from recording back-to-back saves in back-to-back nights for the Joes. First pitch into Iverson is a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Cates with a long wind-up. The 0-1 into Iverson, swung on and missed, and the Copperheads now down to their final strike in this ball game. 0-2, 2 outs. Hamilton Joes leading the Copperheads 7-5. Pitch into Iverson is taken in the dirt and blocked by the catcher, Rich. So Iverson buys himself another pitch, 1-2. 7 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Joes. 5 runs on 8 hits and 1 error for the Copperheads. Cates with a long look in, gets the pitch he wants, winds up the 1-2 pitch. Iverson swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Copperheads go quiet in the bottom of the 9th inning as they tried to rally late. As they at one point trailed 6-2, had it as close as 6-5. As the play to probably look at in this game is the double hit by Reese Trahey that scored Thomas Cesaro, but Chris Gambert was cut down at home plate, and that kept the Joes' 1-run lead intact, and they were able to hold on to the lead the last 3 innings and come out with the victory.
Yeah, Reese Trahey really put a little energy into the team got that double. Fortunately, Gamber was cut down at home. It was a close play, aggressive send by the manager, Austin Dunphy. However, the Hamilton Joes scored the one run in the top of the ninth inning, so that one run didn't really matter, even though he was cut down. It's been a tough couple of days for the Southern Ohio Copperheads as they try to get back on the right track.
So the Joes complete the sweep of the Copperheads. The Copperheads drop to 4-8 on the young season. Hamilton Joes now 9-3, continuing to hold on to that lead in the Southern Division of the GLSCL early on in the season. As that concludes the baseball on the broadcast, as we have Coach Austin Dunphy coming in, and also Dan Iman, player of the game, Reese Trahey, as I was just informed, for a post-game interview, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But for the broadcast, for Connor Mills, I'm Joey Medor signing off. As Copperheads drop this one 7-5. Make sure you tune in for the post-game show on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Welcome back into the post-game show for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, joined by the manager, Austin Dunphy. And Coach, you know, it's been a tough couple stretch here against the Hamilton Joes. You know, they picked up their 9th win here today, but every single game in this series you've been competing in, a bunch of close games. What does this mean to you as a team and as you look forward?
Oh, man. Frustrating to begin with. Lose 3 games by a total of 4 runs. Man, that one leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. Good thing we have a day off tomorrow. We can relax and recuperate a little bit. Give our arms a break. Those guys have been battling hard all week long. Man, we were right there in every game. We're just not stringing together hits well enough, striking out too much. Leading into today, we were averaging 9 strikeouts a game, which is way too big a number, leading the league in that category. So we need to figure that part out. We're getting plenty of hits. We're breaking up our rallies with strikeouts. 1 or 2 strikeouts every inning of every ball game is basically unacceptable. We need to figure that out and clean that part up. And if we can figure that out, the wins are going to come.
Yep. You put in Reese Trahey in the cleanup spot. He hadn't picked up a hit since June 5th. You put your faith in him, and he comes up big with an RBI double.
Yeah, Reese is a good player. He battled a little bit for us. Some of the reason he hadn't had a hit in a while is because we haven't had him in the lineup. He had to throw 3 innings for us the other day, and I didn't want to put any more stress on his body than we'd already done. So he's been stepping up in big spots for us. I just want to give him a little rest. But he's got the capabilities. The swing's there. He's a lefty swinger, one of few lefties we have. So he's a guy we're going to need. And, man, he's a good ball player. So I didn't think twice about putting him that high in the lineup.
Yep. And just talking about somebody who kind of is appearing to be your closer in Braxton Kelly. Kelly just comes in and kind of shuts the door. He did allow that 1 run. It was unearned.
Right.
But just talk about Kelly and how he's been able to lock down your bullpen.
Man, he's a good guy on the mound for us. He and Colin Sells both, and the closer role is up in the air between the two of them. They're a little bit different type guys. Give different looks, different attitudes, different approaches. Braxton, man, I'd like to see these ball games a little bit more in our favor late, so we can really utilize that closer role. We haven't really been able to do it the way we want to, where we got a 1 or 2 run lead going into the ninth and bring in our shutdown guy, for lack of a better term. But that's the role I want he or Colin to be in. We just haven't been fortunate enough to be in that role much. So get him in when we can. Nick Kaiser threw a pretty good game today, bridged that gap. We scored a couple runs, and then it was Braxton Kelly time. So hoping we could put him in and spark a little adrenaline in our dugout and let our bats take over. But a little too late, I think.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate you coming on after a couple heartbreaking losses here.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank you so
you.
much.
Absolutely.
Joey Medora will be on with the Dan Inman Player of the Game, Reese Trahey, when we return.
So I'm here with Dan Inman, Player of the Game, Reese Trahey. Reese, you haven't been in the lineup very much the past few games, but you get put in the 4-hole today, and you come up with a couple base knocks and an RBI. So just talk about your day at the plate.
Really just trying to keep it simple. In the previous games and just my swing in general is usually a longer kind of swing. And today I just try to shorten up, see it deep, and it helps.
Right. Yeah, so that Gainer kid, I mean, everybody seemed to be struggling with him a little bit. Do you think because you were a lefty, you kind of see that sidearm a little better from him being right-handed?
Yeah, I do. As a lefty, I like to get up on the plate because the ball will be running away from me a little bit. And I know if he throws a curveball, I'll be on time still on the backside. So, yeah, I really just try to see the two-seam on the ball and just take it that way, wherever it's going.
So kind of a tough series here. You guys lose 3 really close ball games. That team's in first place right now. So where do you think you guys kind of measure up to the rest of the league at this point in the season?
Honestly, I think we're right there. I think we can play with anyone here for sure. Just tighten up a couple things. Less walks, less strikeouts, and we're right there with the best for sure.
So this is something I've been curious about. Are you a pitcher? Because I've seen you throw out here a couple times, but I can't find any information about you pitching in college or anything like that. So.
No, I used to be in high school a little bit. Definitely during travel season, I would throw a lot.
Right.
But as you said, no college innings, no nothing like that so far. So it's been probably a year since I've been on the mound, but it was fun.
So is that like Coach Dunphy just comes up to you and be like, "Hey man, I need someone to throw. Can you help me out a little bit?" Because obviously you guys are short in pitchers right now. So
yeah, no. One of the first days of practice when we got here, he just asked if we really needed someone, if anyone could throw in a couple innings, if we really needed someone. I said, sure, whatever. I like pitching, like having the ball in my hand. Just try to have fun with it.
All right, thank you, Reese.
Yep.
Reese, Dan Inman, player of the game for this game, as the Copperheads are off tomorrow, but they are back on the road at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, as me and Connor Mills will be on the calls. We are signing off here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.